right, here we are. Welcome to the Movie Buff Podcast. This is my very first episode. I'm so incredibly excited. I cannot stand it. It's my very first podcast ever. So yeah, we will be learning how to do this thing together. Before I move on with anything else, make sure you hit that subscribe button, whether you're listening audibly on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to your podcasts, or if you're watching me right now on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it really supports my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Emily, and I am a mom to a almost 2.5-year-old daughter, Crazy. I'm also a mama to a golden retriever, Riley. She's sleeping over there. And I'm a wife to an incredibly supportive husband who cannot believe and yet can believe how nerdy I get when it comes to movies. So thanks, honey. A little backstory about me. I have been a performer my whole life. I began singing. Both my parents are singers. They met in a jazz singing group when they were in college. And I sang in a really prominent children's choir when I was very, very young. Toured Germany and Austria, then merged into musical theater when I was in junior high and really didn't stop performing ever since. I've been in front of the camera, behind the camera. I've been in plays, films, commercials, industrials. I've been in magazines on the front part of a board game. I have been in this realm my entire life, almost 30 years, which is crazy. I just love movies so much. I love talking about movies and all things. I'm the nerd that watches the special features. Like, that's even more entertaining for me than the actual movie sometimes. So I'm that person. I love film scores. I listen to that more often than I listen to regular stuff on the radio. And I could talk about that for hours. Like, I'm the person, if there was a game show that was a version of Name That Tune, but for film scores, I would totally win because that's just the way my brain works. I'm just super passionate about movies and how movies are made and everything that goes into it, from the acting, the writing, the set design, the music, the sound design, the camera work, all of it. There's so many things that go into making a film that a lot of people don't realize unless you are in the industry and you have the insider scoop. So yeah, that's really the reason why I wanted to start this podcast in the first place. I want to talk about movies with you, with my fellow movie nerds who can talk about movies for days, just like I can. This is going to be a fun experience. It's all new for me. I've never done a podcast before, like I said. So this platform is a new realm for me. So please be kind in the comments because I'm a newbie. You know that I'm a newbie. I know that I'm a newbie. So let's just get that out of the way. Okay, so a couple of disclaimers before we start. Number one, there will probably be cursing. Not a lot. I'm not like a huge potty mouth. But, you know, I'm human and I can't censor myself. So if you have little ones that are listening or watching, just know that at any given moment, it might happen. But I do want to give fair warning, so just wanted to let you know. Second disclaimer that I wanted to share is that I kind of have a unique way of speaking and thinking, in the sense that any word, literally any word, it's happening right now because I'm thinking of a specific movie and a quote. Any word could trigger a movie quote or a musical number or a song in my head. And it's almost like I can't help myself. I just go straight to the line or straight to the song. And I have to sing just a little bit of it that has that word included. So you probably will hear me quote musical numbers or just regular songs or movies all the time scattered throughout me talking. So just want to let you know, that's how my brain works. Can't help it. I like it. And again, just to reiterate, this is my very first podcast ever. And so I really want this to be an interactive experience, a positive experience, a community building experience. So please engage in the comments, whether you're watching me on YouTube or you've listened to me via Spotify or Apple or wherever you're listening to your podcasts, and you hit me up on Instagram or on TikTok and you want to share what you thought. Engage. I want to talk to you just as much as I hope you would want to talk to me about what we're watching and what we're talking about. So yeah, let's just build this really fun, positive, inclusive community. Okay, so let's talk about format real quick, how my podcasts are going to be structured. One of the first things that I'll do is I'll kick off the podcast with a little story or what's going on in my life, what my daughter may have said that was funny, just so we can continue to get to know each other and you can get to know a little bit more about me. After that, I will usually announce the film that I'll be reviewing for that particular episode and go through the basic information about that film. So what it's about, who's cast in it, who directed it, who did the film score, just the basics so that we're all in the know as we go into this podcast episode. And then I'm going to be watching the movie, and let's face it, you do not want to listen or watch me watch a movie for 2 hours. That's so boring. So I will watch the movie, I will be recording myself watching the movie, and then I will edit and give you the greatest hits, the big highlights of how I experienced watching the movie or what I experienced watching the movie. And then after that, I will be sitting down with you and chatting about what I thought, how it held up, everything about the acting, the writing, the sound design, all the things that I mentioned before, and give my honest review. Again, this is just my opinion, and my only hope with this is just to start a conversation and see what you think too. And if you're interested in joining me, whether you see what the upcoming episode is and you want to watch the movie before my episode comes out and you can compare your notes with mine, that's totally fun too. And I would love to hear what you think. All right, now that we got the quote unquote administrative stuff out of the way, let's get into today's episode. So if you're listening or watching this right now, it's airing on October 6th, which is a Friday. And since we are in the month of scary, I thought it would be appropriate, more than appropriate, than to watch some scary movies and review them. You're welcome. Let's talk about how I deal with scary movies. So I can do blood. I can handle that. I can handle guts. What I can't handle are changing faces, changing voices, and unnatural body movement. So this will be fun. So to kick things off, I am going to be reviewing the movie The Ring. Okay, so now I'm just going to read off the basic information just so you know if you haven't seen it yet, which I don't know how you haven't seen it. Maybe you're not a big scary movie fan, so that's probably likely or the reason why you haven't seen it. But it came out in 2002. It's an hour and 55 minutes long. And here's a synopsis. A journalist must investigate a mysterious videotape which seems to cause the death of anyone 1 week to the day after they view it. According to IMDb, it got a 7.1 star out of 10 stars. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, but we'll see, because I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, and I remember it scared the shit out of me when it came out. So, yeah, I'm a little nervous because I know there's changing faces in this one. We're just gonna dive in. So, without further ado, grab your snacks, grab your drink, grab a blanket if you need it. I've got my pillow in case I need to cover my face and not watch something. And let's get to it. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, even the menu got me. Jesus Christ. Why am I doing this? Oh, it even has the sound effects in the beginning. I forgot about that. Why do scary things always have to happen when it's like raining? It's always a storm that is happening. I love Naomi Watts. She's such a great actress. And they did a great job casting this kid because he is weird. Ew. I forgot about that quick cut. Well, he sold being the weirdo. And she's changed forever. Day 1. It's the final countdown. Oh, she made a copy. How does she know the fly's alive? It's in the screen. What does it mean? I can't imagine that there's a book out there that has a list and a picture of every single lighthouse in the United States. That just doesn't seem logical to me. But you know what? It's a movie. Suspend your disbelief. The internet looks so different back then. Oh God, I remember this. Oh my God, I remember this. Oh my God. I really don't know how Naomi Watts did this. I don't know how. I don't know how they shot this. This is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, it makes me want to gag. They did a really good job of it. Yeah, I wouldn't be having a tape like that just lying around. Not the smartest parenting choice, but you know, she's doing her best. Sorry about that. You know that feeling when your heart goes straight to your butt and then it comes back like you're on a roller coaster? Yeah, that just happened. Yeah, I'm okay. I only just saw a guy like blow himself up in the bathroom, but I'm fine. Don't worry about me. He like went all out too. Like, it wasn't just like one cord. It was like a TV, 3 cassette tape, like 3 video VHS players. It was like the works. Like, there's like 100 cords in that bathroom. I still don't understand why the well is here and not on their property. I can't remember if they answered that question because it seems really random. Did they vacation there and they just like, whoop, pop the kid in the well because we don't need her, we don't want her? Like, what? Also, the music that's playing right now is very similar to, it's giving me Angels and Demons vibes. The use of the violins, and it's like a forward motion kind of feeling that the music gives. Yeah, like, this just doesn't make sense. They're making it look like it's on their property because there's horses in the hill. And what's the mom wearing? It's like Victorian clothing. Yeah, no shit, she was still alive. She had fingernails on the freaking walls. Oh God, I feel like something's gonna pop out. Yeah, makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why is the well there? It makes no sense. Make it make sense. Now, who leaves a kid sleeping on the floor like that? Really? Who leaves a child sleeping on the floor? Whoever watched this kid needs to be fired. I love it when people take showers in movies because they're just like this. Oh, I'm washing myself. Bitch, when I'm in the shower, I'm just like, okay, get it all. And like, you know, I'm like down to business. But these people are like, oh, I'm just, you know, glamorizing taking a shower. Like, who are you? Come on. And this guy's gonna die. Cause you didn't make a copy, la 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 la. Oh, and this is like when we get to actually see Samara too, in action. Here she comes, out from the depths of the well. Sure, let's get real close to the TV, because that makes a lot of sense. And again, unnatural body movement, not my fave. This is the one scene that I... Like, back up, dude. Run. Plus, like, the chick that they chose... Oh God, here it comes. And they make his face all funkadoo as they zoom into him really fast. And they did that in the beginning too. But one of the best screams is about to happen. By the way, just a side note, I don't know if I've said this already, but I normally do not talk at all during movies. Unless it's like a guttural thing, like a reactionary thing. But I never talk through movies because I hate it when people do that. But I'm only doing that, obviously, because of this podcast. Yep. That was the face. Just saw it. Oh my God. Let me just take a sip of water. Yeah. Okay, so I am just going to take a quick break and then we're going to be right back and have my review. Okay, so my review. I really do enjoy the movie as a whole. It's a very simple thriller horror movie. It's more of a jump scare kind of a thing, not like there's not a lot of heavy action sequences. Like if you look at movies like The Conjuring, which I may review this month, I don't know. Movies like that where there's like demons or ghosts and stuff like that. There's a lot of, you know, things flying everywhere and set pieces moving around in odd ways, which this didn't have that at all. The Acting was really great. I love Naomi Watts. She is one of my favorite actresses. The writing was pretty good. There weren't really a lot of holes, I would say. It's just that I think the biggest places where the holes are, I mean, maybe it has to do with writing. I think of writing in terms of like the character and the character development, but the holes in the actual plot, again, with the freaking well, why is the well there? It should be either on the property or at the insane asylum. It just doesn't make sense for where it is. Why there? And then like the whole like ghost thing like that you see in the screen in the beginning, and the son sees it too, and it just doesn't make sense for this film because she's not a ghost. Like if it was a ghost movie, then that makes sense. Like things like you see in the reflection of whatever behind you and you turn around and no one's there, that's a ghost thing. This doesn't, it's not really on par with this kind of thriller. So it seems a little odd to just have it. I think maybe they just wanted an extra scare, so they just added that in. I think those are like the biggest things for me with this one. I mean, I'd say I would give it a better score than IMDb. I'd say I'd give it a solid B+. It was more writing heavy and story driven rather than like a lot of just scare you there, here. Like some movies are just like flooding you with scares left and right. This was not that movie, which I guess is I appreciate too. It's not like I need to be scared every 20 seconds. Although I did have this as a backup just in case. But yeah, I think this movie totally holds up. I think it'll scare the shit out of our daughter when she's of age to watch it. The technology of how they make Samara look when she comes out of the TV is still pretty good. The actress they chose, I don't think I finished my sentence, but the actress they chose to embody Samara as she comes out of the screen, she looks way bigger than the actress who plays the actual Samara character. That's a little weird. I still really like this movie. It's still a good one. It still holds up. You guys let me know what you think. Leave me a comment if you're watching me on YouTube or if you're listening to this podcast. Go to my Instagram or go to TikTok and let me know what you think, if you think The Ring still holds up. So that's it, guys. That's my first episode. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe I have one in the can already. And stay tuned. Every single Friday, I'll be posting a new episode and give hints throughout the week of what I'll be reviewing next. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you soon. See you next Friday.